We have breaking news this evening out of H&W Welders as the club announced the departure of 2 players for a combined fee of £4.7 million. Now, for more on this, we cross live to local reporter Eamon Murphy. And Eamon, Aussie Villain is looking for a new vice-captain. Thanks, yes it is, as Tommy Martin has left the Welders to go to St Johnstone. And also leaving is midfielder Resnicek, who has left for £3.6 million to Benfica. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to Season 14, Episode 8 here at H&W Welders. On the Impossible Dream as we look to win the Champions League with our Northern Irish club. And today, well, it is a County Antrim Shield Final. It is Larne in the league as well, but there is a lot to catch you up on and off the field. Starting with, obviously, in January now, transfer window is opened and we have had 2 departures. Resnicek has left. He's gone off to Benfica. When I signed him, I thought he might be the answer to sort of play this deep-lying midfield role for us in Europe, and I was mistaken, clearly. So he's gone off. 3.6 is not a bad fee. We signed him for 60 grand, so everybody's happy with that one, more or less, I'd say. And the other departure is our former vice-captain, Tommy Martin. He has gone off to St Johnstone, only managed to get 1.1 million for him, but we do have a 50% sell-on clause. He's not a bad defender. We just had so many central defenders right now. He was the sort of an older one, and he's not the best in the air, not the best tackler, so I decided to let him go. But again, we signed him on a free transfer, got quite a few good seasons out of him, and he goes off for 1.1 million, so that's not a bad piece of business as far as I am concerned. Now, of course, we did need a new vice-captain, and that man is Robbie Young, our goalkeeper, leadership of 16. And, well, with William McQuaid looking as though he might be on the way out, he could end up as club captain very, very shortly as well. So, congratulations on Robbie Young, our new club vice-captain. Now, there are some injuries as well, which is not ideal. Amstad is the first one, our backup goalkeeper. 4 to 5 weeks, he's still out, having been out for 3 weeks with a lower back stress fracture. And that is... It's okay as long as we don't have an injury to Robbie Young. Obviously, you know, we'd rather our backup goalkeeper be fit and firing, and hopefully this isn't going to be something that affects his long-term potential as well. So that is the first of the injuries. The second one, now he's almost back now, but De Lauro has been out. He's still about a week away. He would have missed about 5 or 6 weeks, all told, when he does come back. And, well, what did he do to himself? A thigh strain. So again, that was... We have enough depth in midfield that we can just about manage without him, but obviously we know that December, January is just ridiculous in terms of fixture pile-up, so it would have been much, much better if we'd been able to have him, but we've coped not too bad without him. And the other injuries, we have Scully, who is out. He is out. He's been out for 10 days. He's about another week or so away yet. He sprained ankle ligaments, and, well, we know what Scully can do, so... Again, at least he should be back in time for Europe. But it's always a blow to lose Kean Scully. And we're not done yet. The other injury that we've had is to Zurich. Now, he is not as serious. Pulled ankle ligaments. About a week and a half for him. Now, again, not too bad because we do have players that can play on the left wing in Lake and McKay anyway. He is sort of in as backup for them. But he's coming along nicely. It's not too much of a long-term injury, so he should be back. And it shouldn't affect him too badly at all. So that is all absolutely fine. So that's everything caught up on off the field. Actually, no, there's one other thing. I don't usually go on about the backroom staff too much because it's a little bit boring, but look at this goalkeeping coach we've got ourselves. Unbelievable. He is almost the perfect coach. So our goalkeepers will hopefully, he will get them to their full potential. Wow, what a goalkeeping coach he is. Nicked him off of Ipswich. All right, now let's have a look at these games that have happened since last episode. The first one was against Glenavon. So let's start this mammoth catch-up. McDade gave us the lead, but Glenavon drew level before half-time. Before McDade restored our advantage just after the break. So, a bit of a scrappy game this one. We relied on set pieces and McDade doubled to get us across the line. You can see it's same old story. XG tracker matched that. We should have won this game and we should have won it very, very comfortably. They did have a goal disallowed in the second half just after we went in front. Will Hall, of course, formerly of the Welders. But we got there in the end, and that is the main thing, isn't it? Next up, it was Bainbridge Town in the league. Newly promoted, of course, this year and struggling. Only have about 6 points to date. We fell behind early, but were quickly leveled through Scully. And Kamani put us in front. Kamani then picked out Holder's run for our third. Hill crossed for McDade to get our fourth. And Holder made it 5-1. Holder combined with Kamani to complete his hat-trick. And Scully crossed for McKay to get our seventh. McKay was left unmarked to get our eighth. Before substitute Zurich got our ninth. And our 10th. Turpy's individual effort made it 11-1. And then his second made it 12. So this was an absolute massacre, and it was, well, and unsurprisingly broke all sorts of records, both club and league, in terms of highest scoring games, biggest win, all those sorts of things. You can see we had 46 shots. We had an XG of 7.5. I've never had an XG that large before, and we actually went with a 4-4-2, an attacking 4-4-2, kind of matching them up, because if we have a look, they were also playing 4-4-2. So yeah. It was a massacre, an absolute massacre. Next up, it was Carrick Rangers. Late cross for Brady to give us the lead. It was 2-0 moments later when Hill crossed for Lake. And Vogler got our third in the second half, before Armstrong made it 4-0. So I was really happy with this win. It was a good follow-up performance to the 12-1. I was quite worried coming into it. Carrick Rangers, they're a bit of a dangerous side that have given us a hard time before, but we dominated the game, so I was really happy with that. Yeah, really happy with that, actually. All right, next up, it was the only non-league game to catch you up on. It was the Irish Cup. It was the 5th round. It was Linfield. Let's see if we're still in the Cup. We went in front when Thompson played in Scully. And Brady gave McCracken a tap-in to double our lead, though Linfield pulled one back. So we did enough to win this one. It was a bit of a scrappy game. You can see 23 shots, only 8 on target, but we did enough, and that's the main thing. It doesn't get any easier for us because we've got Larne in the next round as well, so it opens it up for the rest of the teams in the competition, with us playing Linfield and then Larne as well. So yeah, there we go. But we did get past Linfield. Next up, it is back in the league against Coleraine. McDade put us in front, and then the game stuffed up and started showing goals that never happened. I don't really understand why or how it does that, but anyway. So yeah, we got the 2-0 win. It was comfortable. It was it should have been more again. As same old story, poor finishing, but yeah, 3 points is 3 points. Octavio got his debut in this one. It looked quite solid at the back. Next game is against today's first opponents in the County Antrim Shield. It is Crusaders. A bit of a warm-up for this one. Zurich's save shot fell for McDade to give us an early lead. Zurich had a second assist when he crossed for Brady. And then a third assist when he found Brady again in the second half, before McDade's second completed the scoring. So a good performance this one from us. We just kind of wore them down, to be honest. An early goal. McDade missed McDade. He doesn't miss penalties. Armstrong missed a penalty, and curiously he took it ahead of McDade, which is interesting, because I let the players decide who takes it. But doubles from McDade and Brady. Zurich with a number of assists as well. A really solid performance from us this one, and bodes well. It should bode well, shouldn't it, for the County Antrim Shield anyway. Final game to catch you up on was against Dungannon. Let's end this wrap up with this one. So it was like the good old days or the bad old days at Dungannon. 0-0. They didn't threaten us. We couldn't score to save ourselves. And yeah, well, there we go. It happens, I suppose, from time to time. But we didn't lose, and I guess that is the main thing. So to have a quick look at what all this means for the league table. We've already guaranteed ourselves Europe next season. Yeah, I mean, well, let's not worry about the league. We just want to get back to Europe, don't we? But today, let's not write off today's episode, because we have a County Antrim Shield Final, and then it's Larne. And, you know, last time we played Larne, we played them back-to-back. They beat us and drew us. So it's not going to be an easy game. But let's have a look and see what we're doing here in this Shield Final. And we can see we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 from Crusaders. They were a decent team when we played them that last game. So, as I said, we don't want to underestimate them too much here. But this is the team we're sending out. It is Young in goal. It is Surgeon Kidd, McGurk, and Kavanagh as the back four. Kamani and Miss Kelly in midfield. It's Brady, Armstrong, and Lake. Holder goes up top. Let's see if we can lift the shield. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. Do we recognize any names? Jake White was with us briefly, but there's nobody else there that I recognize. And what do we say to this? Show everyone you're born winners? I mean, I guess we just go with that. I don't know what to say. It doesn't seem no matter what I say. We look complacent in front of goal, and yeah. Yeah, now in the January transfer window, you notice a short bench as well in the County Antrim Shield, which is always frustrating. I like having as much bench as possible, just so I can put youngsters on there. Wow, they're in good form, aren't they? Yeah, no, the January window is open. We haven't had any bids come in that have been that we haven't been able to say no to, basically. There was a lot of interest in China for both our Australians, Tomo and Napoleon. Now, the reason for that is Australia in the Asian Confederation. It's obviously it helps them with they could have an extra foreign player if they are Asian, in this case Australian. So yeah, we've been able to say no to them so far. Hopefully that will continue, but there hasn't really been any bids for Armstrong. There hasn't really been any bids for well, McDade. Those unlikely to happen just because of I mean, he's not particularly. Here we go with Lake, and Dylan Lake rolls it in 1-0, and that is wonderful stuff. Yeah, it's unlikely to get bids for McDade because he's not that good. Is that harsh? he's brilliant for us, and he's brilliant in the Northern Irish League, but he's valued at $2 million, I think now. And if you're looking, he'd probably be a really good League One, maybe lower Championship striker, and I just don't think those sorts of clubs are going to come in with bids of, say, $2 million. I know I'm on the bench here. I just don't see that happening. But otherwise, our midfielders, who are all brilliant, I think, just over the bar there from McGurk. We haven't had any bids come in for any of them. I've had another go. Holder is happy with his playing time. I've had another go at trying to sign him, but he's still not interested. And McGurk again over the bar. And to be honest, I had trouble negotiating a fee with Leon this time. They wouldn't go for anything less than 40-odd million. So I have a terrible feeling we may have had our chance on that and missed it, which will be a massive blow because we need somebody that can come in and score the goals for us in the big European games, and I think he's our man. Here we go. Holder can't quite get clear of the defense on that one. So we'll wait and see. What I don't want to do is just go and sign anybody. There are some good players that we could sign that are available to us, but they're not as good as the likes of Venton Holder, so I don't want to go and sign. There's a good ball in, but a bit of last-ditch defending. I don't want to go sort of and sign, say a striker that's potential, but not even potentially as good as McCracken, and then gets not stuck with them. But you know what I mean. Then we've got to try and get rid of them, and I'd rather wait and see what happens at the end of the season when player contracts come up. There's a cracking ball for Venton Holder, and he's hit the crossbar. And it is 1-0 at halftime. It's a typical game. We've dominated it, but what we haven't done is put it away. So let's say we don't get complacent, please, boys. We get back out there and we wrap this thing up, please. Thank you. There was Ngeman that made the comment last episode about centre-backs and why we're trying to sell Potoknik. I did do a comparison, and Potoknik is right now better than Vogler and what's his name, Lewis. The reason that I'm thinking Potoknik is there's actually a lot of interest in him, which there is a little bit in Vogler, but there's not much in Lewis. Lewis is Northern Irish, so that helps us with registering European squads, and he's ultimately just a backup. All three of them are just a backup for Europe right now anyway. There's a cracking ball for Venton Holder on the chest. That is a fantastic goal. And Kamani, he is looking, well, he's Kamaniing midfield, if I'm honest. Can that be a verb? He's absolutely brilliant. And he's produced another cracking pass there, and Venton Holder on the chest. This is why we need Venton Holder in our team permanently. A wonderful, wonderful piece of football to finish that goal off. And it is 2-0 early in the second half. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, and Vogler is young enough that he will end up being club trained, whereas Potoknik, I don't believe he will. Here we go with Brady. Brady unleashes, but it's straight at the goalkeeper. So that's why I'm thinking Potoknik over anybody else. The other issue we have potentially is with Kidd. Now, his contract, he has a December expiring contract, which I hate. I hate that that's an option. And, yeah, so his contract is up sort of the middle of next season. And Lake, with a double chance, it's still there for Holder. He can't miss. It's 3-0. And we scored 2 goals in 3 minutes to start the second half. Well, it's good to see, isn't it? But that will just about kill off the game for us. Lake had a couple of chances. Eventually, the obvious one was there. Holder completely unmarked. How does that happen? And it's 3-0. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, Kidd's contract is up. He's currently, you may remember, unhappy with his playing time. Now, Kidd is, I think he's better than what his star rating suggests. He always does well for us. So I would like to keep him. But the plan is basically play him into his grave so that he's happy again. Then we'll try and offer him a contract. And we need to basically get it resolved ASAP, because in the summer he would be able to sign on with somebody else for December or for January next year. Brady gets in behind here. Brady goes, oh, it's found its way in. It's surely going to be an own goal. It is. There is no there is no way that Brady could have scored from there. But he's just lumped it across the face of goal, and it has taken a defense. It's Kamani again with that pass. Look at that. I'm a little bit concerned we're going to lose him. He's actually, I think, trying to pull it back for Armstrong or Holder, isn't it? He's not gone for goal himself, so fair play to him. He's done really well there. Yeah, so what was I saying? I think I was talking about Kidd, wasn't I? And that is a very harsh booking, but that'll be them down to 10 men. Miss Kelly is looking tired. We have Atwell on the bench. I'm okay with making that sub. And, yeah. Oh, Kamani, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, I'm terrified someone's going to come in with a bid for him, but so far, so good on that front. No one has. I don't believe he has a release fee, but he is... He's better than even those attributes would suggest. He has been incredible for us. But here we go. We have lifted the County Antrim Shield once again. It is going to be Robbie Young's first duty as a captain or vice captain of the club to lift the. There really should be a shield there, shouldn't there? But anyway, it's a minor thing. Tilly's-Bin is packed. Just noticed that we've sold out the ground. And it is another County Antrim Shield for the Welders. Well done, boys. And, well, we've earned that today. Good performance from us. So it's a repeat of the league performance, basically, isn't it? Another 4-0 win, 41 shots on goal. And a good performance, as I say. Congratulations. Don't get complacent going forward. Let's go with that. So the Welders lift the shield. It is a double that we've won so far. A back-to-back County Antrim Shields as well. 404 grand for winning that. That is, well, that's not insignificant money, is it? And there we go. That is that. Guile Ventenholder double. Nicely done, son. To sign for us permanently, please. Wait right there. We will be back to face Larne in the league. We've not beaten them in our last 2 appearances against them, so let's hope we can change that today. Okay, welcome back. Now, we are about to face Larne, and well, this has happened, and I didn't think this one through, did I? Nigel Gray, who came through our academy the same season, I believe, as Gary Turpey did, and he's never really got a look in, despite the fact he's very, very decent indeed. So his contract was up. We weren't going to keep him. Larne offered him a deal. He agreed to that, and I said we could sell him now, which we've done. And, of course, he's now going to be eligible to play for Larne against us, and almost certainly he is going to score. Let's have a look and see what we're expecting here. It's the Larne formation of recent seasons. It's the defensive 4-3-3 that we're going to be coming up against. And this is the team that we're sending out. It is Young in goal. It is Sergeant Kidd. We're going to give Paolo Octavio a game in the center of our defense. See how he gets on with Kavanagh at right back. Yeah, no, that's fine. It's going to be... No, Miss Kelly was the one I didn't want to play because he is tired. We wanted... Do we want Tomo in there? Let's go Tomo, and to change it up, Atwell, maybe. No, let's keep Tomo and Kamani in there. So Tomo and Kamani. It is Brady. It is Armstrong and McKay. McDade goes up top for the league. And it's a bench of Hemmerstrom, Petoknik, Hill. Actually, we don't want Hill. We want Weatherup on the bench in case we can give him some game time. Atwell, McCracken, Napoleon, and also... Just get my OCD way there. And also Gary Turpie on the bench for this one. So, surprisingly, I've got to say... Gray nowhere to be seen in their starting 11, although not even on the bench, which is, like I say, a little bit surprising. He's a decent player. Let's say we go straight out there. No, let's say we want to avenge what happened last time. Go out there and express yourselves. I don't usually get a great reaction for that, but let's experiment since ultimately this game is inconsequential. I think it's just the 20-odd points that we're clearing the league. So, you know, this could be the start of the great comeback for Larne, couldn't it? Now, we did have a few bids come in between the two games there. A couple for Armstrong, but nothing that he wanted to leave for. Sevilla and Wolfsburg, I think it was. And it shows how far we've come that he's happy to stay with us rather than go to one of them. And there was some bids for Kidd. They must have heard me saying that his contract's up and we need to figure out what's going to happen there. But nothing even close to what his value is currently. So I'm not going to sell him. Not when we have the amount of money we have in the bank. We're not desperate for the cash. And Kavnar. It was a deflected effort, I think. But the goalkeeper's able to keep it out. And the game will continue on. Now, we've not been particularly good here. So let us try... Going back to that, passing the ball into space, let's encourage them again. And if that doesn't work, what we might do second half is just lower the tempo back down and see what's happening. Oh, he's going to get sent off. Well, we beat Linfield with 10 men. We're going to have to do a similar thing to Larne here. So now we are going to... Well, we'll move Armstrong out there. Keep him as the advanced playmaker in that wide area. That is fine, but what we will need to do now is lower the tempo down. And yeah, I really do have a hard time motivating the players in league games, it seems. Maybe we need to go back to either to saying we expect them to win, or what is that pass? What is that pass? Or the alternative of there's no pressure on you here. But yeah, it's just I just really am having a difficult time motivating them. You can see when I get the team talk right and they are ready to go. I mean, it was 12-1 versus Bainbridge. We've put 4, 5, 6 past teams on a regular basis. It's just sometimes I just don't quite get it right, and this is what we end up with. All right, so let's just say unlucky because, as always, we've been the better team. We are down to 10 men. Silly tackle from McKay. I mean, it didn't. To be honest, it didn't look like a red card challenge. It looked like he won the ball, but maybe we have higher expectations on our players. Armstrong with the ball in, it's headed away. Now the difference I think between this game and the Linfield one as well is that Linfield really weren't trying to attack. Brady's offside there, I think. Doesn't matter if the goalkeeper's made a save. No, he was on. Well, that would have been a nice one to finish Brady. Armstrong to take the corner now. Ball in towards the back post. It is headed away. And we can't quite get to it. It's one-on-one at the back. We've got players on the retreat if Kavanagh can hold him up and he's offside. Well, that's a bit of a crime against football, being caught offside there, isn't it? Let's try demand more. And then we might need to start making some changes here. McDade is not having a great game up top. We do actually look, again, despite only having 10 men, we do look a little bit better with the lower tempo. I think that's just the way that Larne is playing against us, sitting back a little bit. We just need to take our time, wait for the overlapping runs, and sort of pick them apart. We should have enough creativity in the team to be able to do that. But we're going back the wrong way here, and that is straight into the arms of Young. And that is that. All right, we actually have not been the better team here, so we are going to take McDade off, not his day. Turpie can come on for him. Armstrong playing wide left. We could put McCracken on. All right, what we could do here, actually, Tomo's not having a great game anyway, so we could bring McCracken on for Tomo. Switch them around, get two wingers going again, and get Armstrong back in the middle. playing as an advanced playmaker for us. The problem we have is this, isn't it? It's very much a block, and with a man down, it makes it a little bit more difficult for us. Let's try a focus as the highlight starts. Me gets it forward. Octavio is there for Kavanagh. Armstrong. Brady. Turpey trying to make himself available. Here we go with McCracken. Back in for Kamani. Wide for Surgeon. McCracken down the line. He is left-footed, so he can play out there relatively well. Surgeon makes a good run forward there for McCracken. That's bouncing around. Oh, and it was... Was it Brady that had the shot in the end, but straight into the goalkeeper's arms? Set piece to defend. Oh, it's offside. Armstrong is having a poor day. It's just not his day. Let's get Napoleon on for him. Well, we've held a line well there, to be fair. A little bit of luck, but we did hold the line. Alright, what we might do... Oh, wait, they've just changed the way they're playing. I was just about to say, given that how they've got so many players back, we might stick Napoleon forward, but they've just changed. So if we're looking at this, we might just leave it. It's looking like one of these games where we just... Circumstances, it's not been our greatest performance. We are still unbeaten in the league. It might be one where we just be happy and keep that unbeaten record. Napoleon, can he win it back for us? Oh, he does a decent job, but ultimately can't quite get possession back for us. Ball forward. Can we win that? We can. Octavio's look quite solid back there. Here we go with Turpey. Turpey pass one. Turpey pass two. Can he beat a third? Gary Turpey. It could be goal of the season. And Gary Turpey, what a strike from our young kid. That's what he can do. That is absolutely amazing. If that's not goal of the season, it's certainly going to be up there. There was nothing on. He beats one. He beats two. Puts on the afterburners. Goes past a third. Sucks the goalkeeper in. Oh, that's wonderful. What a strike from Gary Turpey. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. And has he nicked all 3 points for us at the death? 4 minutes to play. We probably shouldn't be attacking anymore. But there we go. Gary Turpey, take a bow, son. What a goal. And he's won it for us. Won it for us out of absolutely nothing. Yeah, we can't get complacent after that because we were poor. But 10 men. Wow, what a goal. And that's why we're champions, is what they'll be singing in the stands, isn't it? I could not be happier with that win. So Harlan and Wolf Welders triumph against the odds. McKay is going to be banned. Do we appeal that? What does Theo say? He felt dismissal for bad tackle was harsh, and he should consider. Yeah, I thought so as well. I did feel like it was. It didn't look like a red card, did it? But there we go. 48 games unbeaten, and. Well, we're at risk of dropping points in 2 games in a row there, but that was really, really good. Guys, if you've enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. That Gary Turpey goal alone is surely worth a thumbs up. And I'll be back next time. Subscribe if you're new, of course, as well. We'll be back next time, and I think what we'll do is we'll just do Basel doubleheader against Basel. That will be exciting. Hopefully, we'll get past Larne in the cup, the Irish Cup. They're giving us a tough time this season, aren't they? A draw and a loss there. A very, very tough win. It's not easy against Larne, so we don't want to take out anything for granted there. But what I might do is play the European lineup in that one, get them all gelling together, and then they'll have a little bit of a break before the Basel game and both legs of that. But anyway, guys, that's all for next time. Until then, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.